You stood on the shoulders of geniuses to accomplish something as fast as you could, and before you even knew what you had, you patented it and packaged it and slapped it on a plastic lunchbox, and now you're selling it. You want to sell it.
Last episode, we talked about Steven Spielberg's work with George Lucas on the Indiana Jones franchise. After helping to birth the high-concept summer blockbuster, can we get a definition of that? High-concept films are made for as wide an audience as possible, big budget, and generally based around an easy-to-understand question or premise that makes it easy to sell to audiences. Thanks, Forrest. Ow, my finger. Wait, why do you need my blood to do a podcast intro? Into existence, Spielberg became known for creating big-budget projects with large casts and often stunning visual effects. Tonight we'll be talking about Spielberg's most ambitious project yet, 1993's Jurassic Park. When Raiders of the Lost Ark came out, the blue screen was a form of film technology that was just being tried out. The final scene, most known for the Nazi face melting in Raiders of the Lost Ark, made use of that technology. A little over a decade later, CGI and green screen technology had improved by leaps and bounds. With Jurassic Park, Spielberg aimed to explore this technology to the very limits. In 1933, audiences were horrified and excited by the movie King Kong, where Fay Wray was kidnapped by a giant ape who carried her up the Empire State Building. This film first introduced audiences to Skull Island, a remote jungle where giant bugs run rampant and dinosaurs have never died out. A New York filmmaker, Carl Denham, charters a boat to bring his camera crew to Skull Island to make a wildlife film.
And now, before I tell you the full story of our voyage, I'm going to ask the gentlemen of the press to come forward, so that the audience may have the privilege of seeing them take the first photographs of Kong and his captors.
King Kong served as a warning, prescient at the time, about exploitation in filmmaking. Denham decided that just capturing King Kong on film isn't enough, and they rendered the giant ape unconscious and bring him to New York City to show him off as the eighth wonder of the world. Of course, King Kong breaks free and rampages through New York City. Spielberg sought to update a movie in the genre of King Kong for the 1990s. He found the perfect story with Michael Crichton's 1990 novel Jurassic Park. Michael Crichton had become a medical doctor before he realized that he loved writing. His novels like The Andromeda Strain, The Terminal Man, and Congo often involve science, viruses and diseases, and warnings about the limits of science and technology. Jurassic Park was the story of an amusement park which uses genetic engineering to bring back dinosaurs. The amusement park collapses, and the dinosaurs run amok, attacking people. Crichton wrote this as a way to explain chaos theory, the sensitive conditions of our world that can be easily disrupted, leading to huge, unforeseen consequences.
The shorthand is the butterfly effect. A butterfly can flap its wings and be king, and in Central Park you get rain instead of sunshine.
Why?
Did I go too fast? I go too fast. I did a flyby.
And really, what would bringing back dinosaurs be, if not the biggest disruption ever created? Crichton was inspired to write this by Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, a cautionary tale about humanity creating without knowing the consequences. Spielberg saw in the novel Jurassic Park the perfect way to update King Kong, as long as he could get the technology right.
I look at King Kong and I say, well, that is the state of the art. 1933 was the state of the art. In between 1933 and today, there have not been any real advancements in special effects photography where you have to create a creature that doesn't really exist anymore.
Like in Jaws 20 years before, Spielberg decided the best way would be animatronic dinosaurs with computer animators on to work on dinosaur motion. Of course, Spielberg had a lot of issues with the animatronic shark filming Jaws, and it almost ruined the film. Spielberg hired Stan Winston to create the giant animatronic dinosaurs, Phil Tippett to do the go-motion CGI, and Lucasfilm's Industrial Light and Magic to do the digital compositing. Like in King Kong, Jurassic Park is a story about exploitation and the profit-driven incentives that overwhelm moral and ethical considerations.
Oh, what's so great about Discovery? It's a violent, penetrative act that scars what it explores, what you call discovery. I call the rape of the natural world.
One thing I've always found ironic is that Spielberg mocks the merchandising obsession of the 1980s and 1990s, and then snugly fit the Jurassic Park franchise within that craze, even creating a Jurassic Park the Ride water park along with the movie at Universal Studios.
But Yogurt, what is this place? What is it that you do here? Merchandising.
Of course, without the ethical concerns of an actual Jurassic Park, the dinosaurs.
It was just a delay. That's all it is. All major theme parks had delays. When they opened Disneyland in 1956, nothing worked. Yeah, but John, if the Pirates of the Caribbean breaks down, the pirates don't eat the tourists.
I can't wait anymore.
The movie even mocks the Disneyland Pirates of the Caribbean ride, the last ride personally constructed by Walt Disney. Disney would later base the franchise off the ride to further monetize it. Richard Attenborough plays the theme park owner, John Hammond, who is rushing to create the park without thinking through practical and ethical considerations. He is, for all intents and purposes, the Dr. Frankenstein of the story. Sam Neill and Laura Dern join as Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler, the top paleontologists, in Sattler's case paleobiologists, in their field.
They're moving in herds. They do move in herds.
Jeff Goldblum is the Michael Crichton stand-in, the mathematician Ian Malcolm, who's an expert in chaos theory.
Now eventually you do plan to have dinosaurs on your dinosaur tour, right? Hello?
Spielberg and Crichton create a compelling warning about man playing God in the face of evolution.
God creates dinosaurs. God destroys dinosaurs. God creates man. Man destroys God. Man creates dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs eat man. Woman inherits the earth.